One more thing that you need to be careful about regarding the date is that the name of the month is written in title case, which means the first letter will be capital and the rest of them will be in smaller case. So once we are done with this date, we once again give one line space and move to the next part, that is the recipient address, or which is also known as inside address. Now here all the description is given. First thing is the name of the recipient who is going to receive the letter or to whom you are writing your letter, and uh, it must have a title, whether Mr., Mrs., Ms. or Miss. Obviously, Miss is a complete word, so we do not use any dot with it. And you have to be very careful that when you write the name of the recipient, you must write the name in full. So, for example, Arsalan Khan or Kamran Akhtar Siddiqui, you have to have at least two words over here, because the second word will be considered as the last name and that will be used in the salutation part. So you have to be careful that there are two words over here. Then it is the name of the person recipient is followed by designation, and on the next line we write the company or the institute in which the person is working, and then once again the location of the company followed by a comma, and then the city name followed by the country name in last, which must be in capital letters. Suppose we write this word Pakistan and we are going to end our recipient address over here, the city name, then you are going to remove this comma and you are going to bring the word Sakhar on the very next line, because this last unit has to be on a separate line and has to be in capital letters. Okay, so moving forward with recipient address. So these are a few of the variants of recipient address which you can read by pausing the video. One more thing which is essential to talk about is that suppose you are writing a letter, business letter, to a person at his or her personal address, and you do not need to mention his designation. So if the personal address is followed, then you are going to write the name of the person, for obviously preceded by the title, and then we do not mention any designation. We specifically then write the house address of the person, and then the city name or the country name, whatever must be the last unit has to be in capital letters. When you are done with the inside address or the recipient address, we use one line space, and we give one line space and then we write subject. Remember, the subject has to be in this sort of format, that the word subject is written in title case followed by colon and obviously a little space, and then whatever the subject is, it has to be written in capital letters. Remember, no full stop is given at the end of the uh, what we call subject, and it is also never underlined. And the standard form is that there should be 5 words in subject, but it is not hard and fast rule. It is better to keep it in phrase form rather than a whole sentence. One more thing that you need to be very careful about while writing a subject is that if the length of the subject increases, then write its remaining part aligned with the first word of the subject line. That is, for example, the subject is internships announced in 2017. Now, let's say you wrote internships announced on the first line, but there is no more space to write the other words. Then, when you come to the next line, you are going to start, underneath this I, and then you are going to resume your subject. So subject internships announced in 2017. A sample will help you regarding this, inshallah. Sometimes we use this re in business letters, which means about or on the subject of it, it is also used in email, which is used as a reply. But when in business letters we are going to write this, we are going to write this in